Hey guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Market Structure Analysis. My name is James Pakion and this is Pakion FX. So guys, we have been looking at GBP USD over the past week, and on the last episode we actually were looking at this particular structure right here. So as you can see, we had like a sort of a descending ranging market here, and I remember we were at this point when we actually released the first episode. So at that time we were actually estimating that the currency would have broken down much further, because it actually had broken through this particular trend line right here. So we expected the market to continue moving down. So on the opening of that week, we actually witnessed that the market actually moved up and retested this particular resistance that had actually been formed right here. And during this time, actually, we had the announcements of the FOMC in the United States. So I actually remember this is when this particular candlestick happened. We managed to catch a few pips here, as you can see. This was actually a very nice time to trade because the market moved really fast. It ranged here for a few, but when I saw this candlestick formation right here, which is actually a bearish hammer candlestick pattern, I knew that there was a probability that the market would have dropped further. So that's exactly what happened. So during the announcements of the FOMC in the United States, that's when actually this whole movement happened. I remember, I think it was on Wednesday last week, and actually the market came down all the way to this previous resistance, which actually now had become support. So let's just have a broader look. So as you can see, this is an area that had been retested multiple times before, and the market actually managed to move down, and it had a breakout, a fake breakout, but then it kind of retested and had a continuation. So that's what happened right here, and actually the market continued to move even lower. So that's actually insinuating that the US economy was becoming stronger and stronger, as in this case GBP USD is the it's a quote currency. So as you can see, we had a major drop all the way down to this support that now has become resistance. Let's just see on the 1 day time frame how, as you can see, this one also had been retested multiple times. Retested here, broke out, came back, retested a few times, broke out, came back, was retested again, was retested. It had become a very huge support line. And actually, as you can see here, actually in the bigger, broader sense, we are sort of respecting a certain upward trend here. As you can see, in a bigger perspective, we're actually respecting these trend lines right here. So okay, so yeah, so when we moved towards this particular trend line, and we also had a confluence of that particular resistance that now had become support, that's when we actually noticed that the currency reacted to this particular point. As you can see, this we actually predicted this on our free Telegram group, which I will leave the link in the description. So when we saw the formation of this particular pattern here, which was actually on the 4 hour, it's sort of a double bottom, but when you look at the lower time frame, like the 30-minute, let's just, yeah, so whenever you see this, it's sort of a triple bottom. This is a very good signal to take a trade depending on where it is facing. So as you can see here, it formed 1, 2, 3, so that's a triple bottom, and it actually shot up yet again. Actually, yesterday the market shot up at least 130 pips, and that was actually a very good. As you can see, we actually caught a buy here, we caught a buy here, and yeah, so far the market has actually been giving us plenty of opportunities to enter. So I actually drew a Fibonacci. I actually took out my Fibonacci's and I drew them right here. So as you can see, I put this as the my highest high, and I put this as my lowest low. And when you look at my Fibonacci, it has actually been respecting these levels pretty nicely. You can actually use the Fibonacci. I have actually put up a video that shows how you can use Fibonacci to gain entries and to actually catch very, very good pips. So as you can see, once it broke out of this neckline, we witnessed an upward movement. It broke out of this 0.236 Fibonacci level, and on my free Telegram group I actually told people that the bias was still to buy all the way to the 0.382 Fibonacci level, and as you can see, that's exactly what happened. So once it broke out, it retested, it continued to move up all the way to this 0.382 Fibonacci level. It sort of had a breakout but never really continued to the 0.5 level, so it broke back down again, and as you can see here, it broke down, retested, then continued to go down back to the 0.236 Fibonacci level, and this is where it actually reacted and gave us another opportunity to enter a buy all the way back to the 0.382 Fibonacci level. Right now, as you can see, the market is continuing to move up, and my prediction is that we will likely go back to this particular resistance level and then react to this, because usually between 0.5 and 0.68 is something that we call the golden zone. Let's just mark that out. So yeah, we call this the golden zone. So from what I see the market doing, it's probably going to go up, break above this, probably retest and continue to go up to the 0.618. If it doesn't, if it breaks out and continues to go up, then we'll probably be looking at moving upwards. But if it doesn't, which I actually think it will face quite a resistance here, it will probably go back down to the 0.382. so that's what I am seeing happening, or that is what rather my analysis is headed, and I am just waiting to see what happens. We'll continue to catch more pips, and I hope you guys are studying how the market is moving and just using these very easy tools to identify. You can see I only use the Fibonacci and just some sort of resistance levels, you see, and yeah, and just price action, just to check how the price is reacting. So I am hoping this video has been helpful to you guys. Stay tuned for episode 3 of market structure analysis, and I will see you guys in the next one.